Sweet. No, really. So I figure we can. You crank up, normal APU crank. I'll do the pre-flight outside. I'll get the pins, and then we'll just run it like how you would, and I'll walk you through an engine start, and I'll walk you through, how to taxi, what to look for, how it's different, and then once you feel comfortable taxiing, then we'll do a high-speed taxi on the runway.
What's that?
And just because we need to get the engines kind of going a little bit. So, we'll just kind of taxi around here, and then you'll feel comfortable very quickly. And then we'll take it on the runway, and then we'll just get up to about 80 knots, and then just bring it back, just so we can get the engines revved up. Does that sound like a plan to you?
Sure.
All right.
Sure, sounds like a plan.
We'll take everything slow.
Yes.
Everything's going to go nice and slow. All right. Can't screw anything up. All right. Promise.
Good.
Sweet. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So we can crank up the APU. Remember how to do all that. And feel free to use a checklist if you need it. It's all good. No problem at all if you want to do that. It's fine.
RO unit, okay.
When you're powering up your avionics, do you go ahead and do your fire, or do you wait till it's...
So we test avionics first, because we got to look at battery power and all that kind of stuff to make sure everything's good.
Happy. So shut them down.
All right, sweet. All right, now we can do our fire test. Smoke engine APU fire. All right, APU fire detect fail, which is all good, right? Because it didn't detect any fires. So all that's good. We got our lights. Everything's good to go on that. Sweet. All right, now we can go to on. And now we're looking over here on the APU for the box to stop flashing. Yep, exactly right.
And then pump is already on.
And the pumps are already on.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're ready to hit start as soon as it's done.
All right.
Ready.
Sweet. It's up and going, and don't be surprised if you see a so we'll go ahead and turn on avionics master 1 and 2. And then what we'll look for though is because we can still be on battery power at least for a little bit here. What we can look for though is just make sure everything's stabilized up there first. First thing we want to do. Everything's stabilized over there pretty good. All right, so we can go to override and give her some juice. Awesome. All right, so now we can see everything's good. Generators 1 through 4 are all happy. Everything's good. Sweet. All right, now we can go through our flow. Now you can use a checklist if you want, or you go through the flow if you want. So I like to start here. All right, so we're going to start here, and so we don't get this light that stays on, and it's going to turn on the flight data recorder. But we turn on the emergency lights to arm, and watch, we'll have this light come off. Good. Right here, that should go away. Or the other one. Yep, perfect. And we just work ourselves up. All right, and now all this is normal. You've been doing this for a while. Exactly right. And then we work ourselves over here. So now we have the APU on. So whenever the APU's on, let's go ahead and turn the nav lights on. Perfect. Awesome. That just lets people know, something's running. A lot of times you'll just see us with it on. That way if there's power in the aircraft, everybody knows that it's on. Continue up this way. The pump's already on. We're good. So these pumps are on C pump right now. If we wanted to change for our engine starts or whatever, so probably the last time we were active, we had the C pumps on, so we can go to A pumps if you want.
And switching both.
Yep. Perfect. Continue up. Fire bottles in. Come over here. Back over here. Excuse me. Lights are off. start-stop selectors are both in. Takeoff data, we'll get that here. We would normally get that. We won't do that today. We're on auto on here for the ignition. If we feel like we want to do it, we can turn these to on when we crank. And that just, both exciters are on. That's what's going on there. APU's on, continue over here. Lights are off. Hydraulic pumps. All right, so now we're going to charge up each hydraulic system. Exactly right. Because we will, on an engine run, we will need that. So right now they're at 0, so we turn one of them on at a time. And it's funny, because these are electric hydraulic pumps, right? So if we go to our engine page, electrical page, watch what happens to the gens when we turn one of them on. A lot of times you'll get a spike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you'll, yeah.
And so just all the way to on?
You go auto, and then you go on. You can do one at a time. Spike, look at that.
Yeah.
And then you go on if you want to make sure it still stays on. Yep, it does. And our hydraulic page that our system pressurized up, plus or minus 3,100 or 3,100 pounds, but 29 is perfect. So plus or minus 300. Awesome. Now you can take this one to off, and you're going to get a light as the pressure decreases. There it is, and then you can go over here and do the exact same thing. Yep. A lot of times, if we'll get going fast on these, we'll crank everything up, and we come over here, and the power has not stabilized, and you'll get a gen overload when you power these on. This time we didn't, because we kind of let it do its thing. Yep, exactly. There it is, 29. It's all happy on system 2. Yep, and it's showing pump on. Yep, perfect. All right, so now we take it off, and then we'll get the light once it gets down.
Oh, you'll get a light.
There it is.
Pressure.
Exactly right, and that's what we're looking for.
Okay, so that's just to test them to make sure that they function.
Exactly right. It also charges up the system too. Whoop, puts it all in, and now it's all the way dead. Awesome, very cool. All right, continuing here. All this is in. Up. Come on over here. After 3 minutes, we can actually turn on the bleeds. It's hot today, so we can go ahead and do that. So I'll let you do that if you want. Or excuse me, not the bleeds, but the packs. Excuse me. So right now we're on auto. All right. So we want to go. We can turn these on. All right. Auto. And it's APU.
So you can engage these before your bleed is on.
Yep.
Is it the other way too?
Yeah, exactly right.
You can open bleed and then.
Yep, exactly right. And it's loud right there, so a lot of times what we'll do is we'll just turn that back one off or whatever. But yep. Perfect. Awesome. Very cool. All lights out. These are in. Normally we would have them like that. Right now they're in auto mode. Okay. It's okay. Windshield heats are off right now. Perfect. And then over here, just double check all that, and you're good to go, bro.
So you said here on these. That's for your temp.
Yep. Cockpit and then passenger in the back. Yep. Exactly.
And y'all leave them out so y'all control it over here.
Yeah, depending. So the book likes to say it needs to be in auto unless there's a problem. Although it's a lot of times in auto, it will fluctuate a lot. So depending on who you're flying with, you might see it out like that. So yeah, this is about because I forced it into manual mode.
Okay.
Yeah. So kind of interesting.
Gotcha.
Yep. And that's really it, man. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yep. So all that's in. And if we could, we can just go pause and in on this on our data on our FMS.
So you on this right here.
So we'll just go enter.
Push that in.
And the same thing over here. Awesome. It's going to record our position. We just say load and load. And all it's going to do is it's just getting an updated position. I would just like to see it because we just hit a database update. Okay. So you just hit R3. It's all the same. You can go to either one of them. So this is the last position. I like to do GPS position because it's locked it in. So you can just hit load on that one.
It's kind of offset.
Yep. R3, this is loaded. These are independent, and then you can go R3 on this one as well. Sweet. And then
what are you calling R3?
So L3, R3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just L and R.
Right. Okay.
Yep. That's it. So it's all good. So yeah, sweet. All right. Keep get familiar with everything. I'm going to go get the pens, do a walk around, and call it done.
Okay.
All right. So what we can do is we can just go over the checklist. So we can do the before setup check. All right. And yeah, so it's going to be this one here. All right. And this is just good stuff to remember of, you know, as we're going through things. And I mean, we, you know, just reminds us what we should do.
Right.
All right. So if you're ever flying with somebody else, you would just read the checklist. So I'll just let you read it, and we'll just take it nice and slow.
Okay. Safety and exterior inspection.
It's complete. You did it outside. Yep.
Logbook and manuals.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Fire detect.
We tested that up here. Yep. Okay.
Okay. CBR. What is that?
That's the test over here. We're not going to need to do it today, but that's right up here. We can test it.
Oh, those cockpits. Alright. Electrical panel, shed buses. Set to override.
Here we go. Done. Perfect.
Okay, fuel panel, set.
Yep. Fuel panel's all set, and that's basically saying it's all here, right? Right now, we would say you would note, hey, I'm feeding off the low tank. Yep.
Okay. Ignition.
Okay.
To
Auto and on. So yeah, we go to our little ignitions and just make sure that they were on auto, which they are. So we're good to go.
Or on. So
Or on. You can turn them on to the on position if you want to. Let both sides go. But I mean, right now it's on auto, so it's okay.
start-stop selectors.
Stop.
Okay, hydraulic panel. Check.
Checked and off. So we did check these, and now they're off. Yep, perfect.
Okay. Windshield heat.
Okay. Off. Perfect.
Okay, autopilot.
We won't need to check that today because we're not going to fly.
Okay, go to masks and goggles.
Okay, checked 100%. One of the things we do is we come over here and just make sure we're good. We listen to it as well, but okay. Yep. Do me a favor. Take this guy and go over to nav, please. Perfect.
Let's see, IRS.
All right. So right now that's what they're doing. They're aligning. So we're just make sure that it's good to go. Okay.
What's that stand for again? That's your
inertial reference system.
Yeah. MFD systems pages.
Okay, so this is really good, and this makes us just slow down, right? We're gonna go over here to electrics, make sure it's good, hydraulics, make sure we're all good to go there, right? Fuel, make sure it's all good. The ECS page or environmental control page, make sure we're good, right? Oh man, we got low, O2, right? Takeoff, we can set all that here in a second. Yep. Okay.
Alright, so let's see, where am I? ICAS and standby attitude indicator.
Okay, it's right there. Okay.
Checked. ICAS and revisionary mode.
Yeah, that's just
Reversion.
that's that. This guy over there, we're just making sure everything's normal, so that we're not like it's not doing that.
Yeah.
It's not all flipped up. We're like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. Okay.
Alright. So we have that normal. RMUs.
All right. They're set. Yep.
And parking brake, of course. Set.
Set
Light on.
and light on. Perfect.
Okay. Trims.
All right. Trims set. If we were flying, we'd actually do a trim test, but right now we're good. But trims are 7 up, so we're good.
Okay. Pressurization.
Checked and set. If we were flying someplace, we'd set our pressurization to the field elevation of where we were going.
Okay. And stall protection system.
All right. We can, and if you want, we can test that. It's always a fun one to test.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So this is the good old SAS test. All right. So what you'll do is you're going to bring this electronic gust lock up and off. So you're going to bring it up, and the light's going to come on. When the light stops coming on, then we can take it off. So go ahead and just flip this guy up, and then let it kind of fall forward for a second. Perfect. Now here it's kind of gusty today. We're going to hold on to our yoke.
Okay.
All right. Now once we're good, now we can bring our yoke back. All right, we can lift this up and bring it all the way forward.
And hold this too.
Mm-hmm. Should do it. Oh, bring the yoke back. Sorry.
Okay.
There you go. Now hear that click?
Yeah.
All right, just came with the lock, so now you can bring that forward. There you go. Sweet. All right, now you're going to hold it in a neutral spot, and you're going to hit this test button right here. And this is just going to test. So if we were to be in a stall, low airspeed, the airplane is going to do this. It's basically going to it's gonna make the yoke go forward, force the elevator down. It's gonna get us airspeed. It's gonna do that automatically. This is what it's gonna do. Okay. So this is it right here. This is what it's gonna test.
And you just hold it.
Oh yeah, you just push and let go, and it's gonna the whole thing's gonna shake and go crazy, and it's gonna go forward on you. All right. Okay. And we're gonna get some lights. Okay, go for it. Master caution warning light. There we go. We got everything else. SPS advance. All right. Install protection. There we go, man. Now we're good to go. We can silence those lights. Perfect. All right. Now notice this thing went away. Now we're good to fly. Now we know we can fly. So now because it's gusty today, we can take this back and we can engage this gust lock again.
That I know.
Okay. Go ahead. Perfect.
I need to
you need to know that.
I need to know.
We're gonna bring it back to kind of a neutral spot, and then just gonna bring this all the way back in.
And you use this?
Yeah, just kind of lift it up. There you go, and just bring it all the way back, and then just kind of let it go, and just click it right back like that. Okay. Now, you can still move this, notice. Okay, so just bring it kind of back a little bit, and then just gonna bring it forward, and it's gonna lock in place. That's it. And lock it right in place. Now, try to bring it back. It's electronic. It's electromagnetic lock, and it's like right straight down there. Yep. Okay, that's it. Perfect. Nice job. Okay.
So install FMS.
Okay, if we were going to program the FMS, we'd do that. We're not going to worry about that today.
Okay. Yep. Ear pins.
All right, we got 5 on board. We don't want to do anything stupid like take off with 1 in the well. That would be really dumb.
All right. Setup check
is complete.
That means you did the check. Okay.
Exactly right. Yep. Exactly. All right. So then we can kind of go through and see how that just makes us just be nice and slow and just go. Okay. Now we can. I've already done my checks. I know. In case you forget something, right? There's so much stuff you can what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Now
a lot to
and really for you, it's pumps, hydraulics, right?
Yeah.
CVR is nice to have on. Lights nice to have on right now. That's really what you have to worry about. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest things. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet. Very cool. Very cool. Very nice. All right. So now what we can do is we can do a before start check, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn on all fuel pumps. We're going to make sure that the fuel is not transferring. All right. We're going to turn on our rotating beacon, because whenever the beacon's on, it says that the engines are running, and that's basically for the most part what we're going to do.
On setup.
Yep. What we're going to do. Yep. I'm going to turn on this. I'm going to put the engine parameters in. Let me just get the weather real fast.
Automated weather observation.
I'm just going to put that in. What this is doing, it's telling the engines, here's your temperatures that you need to work at, right? So I'm going to hit store. So I'm on my engine page.
Okay.
Take off.
Clear. Temperature
So to go to DO. Now, 297 smoke in a second. So really what we do here is we're just going to put the temperature of what the temperature is outside. That's what we're going to do. And tell me what the temperature is.
2053 Zulu. Wind variable at 03. Peak gusts 14. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 27 Celsius. Dew point 1.
Perfect. All right. Perfect.
Altimeter 2976.
2976.
Density altitude 2,300.
All right. We'll kill that guy. All right. So it was what?
That's going constantly?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
27 Celsius.
All right. 27. All right. So the way we do that is we just come over to the set. This is decrease and increase, and we're just going to turn it like this, and we can just set it to 27.
You have to dial it in on each click.
Yep.
Okay, 27.
27, man. Yep. And then store. Yep. We don't have to worry about icing today, so just hit off. It's all good.
And you store that, or that stays?
That's it.
Okay.
And then hit store one more time.
Okay.
We're good to go. We've given the engines all the parameters it needs. Everything's happy. We're good to go. So, yeah, that's it. Easy stuff, right? Yeah. All right. So we're going to do our before start check. All right. So release brief, don't worry about it. And you can go ahead and, you can call this if you want. So really what we'd say is release brief. We're not flying today. We don't have one. Cabin signs. If we have people in the back, right, we would turn these bad boys on. Okay.
All right. Ice panel.
All right. Ice panel. We don't need any. We're not doing any icing stuff today. Nothing like that. Yep.
So, fuel pumps.
Okay. So fuel pump. Yep. And you already got those over there, right? Yep.
Okay. Beacon
It's going to tell people around us that we're going to start. Yep. It also starts having the CR record.
Oh,
Actually,
really?
yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yep. Exactly
Okay.
right.
Flight guidance.
All right. It's just a couple to your side. That's really, yeah, not much to say about that.
Okay. So the way this is set up, what is supposed to happen here?
Yeah, so beacons on, flight guidance, that would be a couple of my, it would be pilot flying. So if you were flying, it'd be a couple of my side, up to 5,000 feet, and you know we're just saying that the flight guidance computer is coupled to your side, and we're going to be ready to go. That's really all that's saying.
Okay.
Yep.
Altimeters.
All right, so I've got 2976. So we would set that up here for the middle one. All right, and we do that by moving that little knob right there. See how that's moving right there?
Yeah.
2976. All right, and then we'll do it right here. Mm-hmm.
Where is that adjusted?
And that's going to adjust it right there.
Okay.
Perfect. Yep.
2976.
Cool. All right.
Left, center, right.
Cross check. We're just making sure we've all done it.
Okay.
Doors and windows. All right. Now, tell me what's going on here. What do we see? And this is over on your side, so you can also see it's here. So we go to system, and go to system, and we go to the takeoff page.
Okay.
And what's happening? What's it saying there?
What is that?
Yeah, we got a door open.
What door is that?
That's the baggage door, the interior baggage door.
Oh.
So we can. It's okay for right now.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Okay.
yeah, actually, before we crank, I'll go back there and close it.
Okay.
Just make sure we have the lights off, and we don't want to get used to doing weird stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Follow the checklist, right?
The checklist, exactly right. Yep.
Doors and windows, we got a problem there. Fuel
Yep.
quantity.
Okay. Yeah, we got
So
plenty of gas for what we're doing today.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see it right here on our fuel page. Yeah, exactly right. I'm going to go back over to we're still across here.
And steering.
Is disengaged, and we can see it right here, steering up. Now, if it wasn't engaged, like just tap on the steering over there. Tap down, excuse me, that'll engage it. Tap and hold, I'm sorry.
There it goes.
Yeah, so it's actually engaged now.
Okay.
Yeah, so to make sure it's disengaged, just tap it again. All right. To disengage itself here in a second.
Hold it a little longer.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Brake part on steering disengage. There's a little trigger on the other side. Click it.
Click it.
Boom.
Ah.
Steering out.
So that's where it disengages.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly
And
right.
it engages over here by tapping it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Freaking awesome.
Freaking awesome. All right.
Steering disengaged.
Disengaged. All right.
Transponder.
Now this is a big one for us when we're taxiing. Whenever we're taxiing, we got to tell this is for our TCAS system, our traffic awareness system. We have to tell, even when we're on the ground, we have to turn something on. All right. So this is our TCAS. This is our transponder right here. All right. So this is what we're squawking. When we say squawk, that's when they do a radar sweep. That is the number that's been assigned to the aircraft over our last flight.
Okay.
You should never have to put in a squawk code. So here's how you clear that out. Right next to it, there's this button right here. You're just going to push and hold that button. And so it says 1200. Yep, just push and hold. Boom. Perfect. All right. Now, it's in standby right now. So what we have to do now is we have to go and tell it, I need you to be in ATC Alt. You have the memory of this stuff. You just got to look at the checklist.
Okay.
So you go. The way you do that is just hit right beneath it. See where it says standby? Just go right there. Yes. And now you're going to move this little dial right here. The other one.
Yeah. I saw something shift, or is that?
Yep. I'm sorry, I told you the wrong thing. Dude. Yeah, when it's all muscle memory. Just
Okay.
push this thing. I'm sorry. Yep, just push it.
Oh,
Yep,
there
one
it is.
ATC Alt. There you go. Perfect. All right, and that's
That didn't mess anything up, did it?
no. All it did, it just kind of turned it on and said, "Hey, I'm on aircraft on the ground, and I'm about
Okay.
to be ready to go." So that's all that meant. Yep.
Okay.
So it's happy. It's very happy. Very, very happy. Yep.
Now, why does it go back to 1200? What is that?
So 1200 is that's the squawk code of VFR. Okay. So it's just a very generic squawk code. Yeah, that's all it is. That's what that is. So sweet. All right, so that's it, man. All right, so I'm gonna go to the back. I'm going to just close that door, kind of get things ready, and then we'll break up for a second.
All right.
Just allow you to just take your time and just get comfortable. All right, light came off. Yeah, it was weird. It was closed, but it just wasn't like it just wasn't latched completely. Okay. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. All right.
What page do you like to usually be on, like for
this? I'm right here, man. Yep. Okay. That tells me everything I need to know about what's about to happen. Yep. Sweet. All right. Shall we crank it up?
I think so.
Cool. All right, so to crank it, you kind of remember, have you ever cranked it before?
Never.
All right. So there's a few things that we're going to be looking out for, okay? The first thing is a successful crank should always be a surprise. Meaning, you should always be ready to stop this thing. Okay. You should always be ready to stop it. And whenever you're cranking, all your attention needs to be on whatever's happening right here, right on those engine parameters. That's where you should be whenever you crank, okay? But it's really simple. The aircraft, the computer does, the FADEC does everything. I mean, it does everything for us, which is really, really nice. Yeah. So, you know, it's not really too tough. It just does everything. The whole thing is, if you see something that you don't like that's out of the ordinary, especially like an ITT coming way up or a hung star, it's just not moving, man, you're just gonna go to stop. That's it. Okay. You're just gonna go to stop, and that's it. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much all she is. All there is to it. Okay. All right. So we'll generally crank up 2 first. All right. Clear the area. Make sure we're all good to go. I don't see anybody out there. Normally, you know, we might have a ground guy, you know, doing his thing. Yeah. So you know, we just did our flow. The beacon's on. Everything's good to go. All right. So we're good. And then you just come over here, and you're just gonna go to run. You're just gonna go run, and then just hold it for like 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, and then just let it go. I'm sorry, just start, and then, yeah, and it will spring back to run.
So you don't go to run?
No, you just go, look, you pull it down and go to start, let it go.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Packs off. All right, so, okay, we have into rotation. That's what we're looking for. All right, so that's good. About 30%, 35%, we should start getting the light off. Here it goes. You can hear it. We ignition. A lot of times we call that. We have ignition. All right. Fuel flow. So everything's looking really good.
When everything's happy, you want 246.
Exactly right. So we just had light off. So light off just happened, boom, and now it's roll back. Okay, so now the ITT's roll back and stabilize, and that's what I call 246. So in one, it's in 20% or so. So 2, 4, about 6%, 66% or so, like that. If that was 80 or if it was low, it's not right. So 246, everything is stable. And I just do this. I come here and I just work myself all the way down. So 246, stable, everything's good. And I look over here, vibrations are good, nothing's out of the ordinary. Good crank. Good crank. All right. One of the things that we would also do as well is we would just start our timer. We do that by just hitting this little chrono, and that's going to start our timer because if we have limitations on how long we can hit the run button and how long the engine needs to be stopped and started and all that kind of stuff. So if you have to do a restart, there's a procedure that you would do. If it was you, I would say break out the book and you could read about it.
Gotcha.
All right. So we got a good start on that one. All right. So let's go ahead and crank up on 1. All right, so same sort of thing. All right, bleeds are off. Everything's good. All right.
Going to start.
Clock is running. All right. Into rotation. Ignition. Here it comes. Their light off. Fuel flow is about to happen. And notice everything is moving, right? Nothing is just hanging out, especially that N1. Everything's moving, Good. Boom. stable. FedEx took everything. Roll back on the ITTs. Now the temperatures are going back down. 2, 4, 6. Good fuel. Good oil. Everything here is looking good. No weird vibrations. Good to go.
Okay.
There you go. That's a crank.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. All right. So now we would do our. What do we need in order to move the airplane? Really, is where we're at now. All right. So what would we need in order to move this airplane? As far as stuff.
Need hydraulics.
You know it. Yep. So we turn on hydraulic master. Oh, we just turn on the hydraulics to auto.
And both.
Yep. Exactly right. Perfect. All right. Sweet. Everything else is here. All right. It's nice and warm in here. I'm gonna go over and do that. We can just stay on the APUs if we want to. I'm gonna let the bleeds handle it though, just because we have the engines going.
Right.
Normally we take off. We actually keep the bleeds on, but today we'll just let the engines handle it.
Okay.
All right.
So right now you've got APU bleed as well.
Yeah. Yep. So I can. Yep. If you want to, you can just take it off. You can take it off.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. And if you do that, go to auto.
Then you take it off.
Yep. So now, if you actually wanted to, you can turn the APU off.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. So now, because actually at this point, we're literally just wasting gas.
Running on the engine.
Yeah, so in order to do that, just come over here and verify that you're turning off the APU and you just go stop.
Okay. And everything else stays the way that it is.
Everything else is good to go. Yeah.
Okay. You watch it.
Yep, there you go. Now, normally if you're doing an engine run, you just keep it on, right? You would have really almost not even messed with this stuff.
Okay.
Just make sure you turn off those bleeds, or the packs, when you crank. That's the biggest thing.
When you're gonna
Crank the motors, because those motors are, remember, the only way they're spinning is off that air, off that APU. Exactly
so
right.
You need all that.
You need everything. Now, now it's supposed to do it automatically, but
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly right.
Better to insure it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right, APU's off. We can come over here and go off on the APU. Sweet. All right. And now we come over here, and everything's good here. We've already said all this. We come back over here, and we're good. And we can still suck off this other. We keep our tanks even if we want. It's because we're at 1580 and 13. So we'll just keep sucking off of the off the high tank right now. Okay. Yep. And then electrical panel, we'll come over here and just go to auto on the shed bus.
How do you when you that page you had?
Yeah, so we're talking about system pages.
Yeah.
So just go systems. I know that someone put a yoke in the way. There you go. Yep. So that's the ECS page, and the other one's takeoff page, which is our.
That's the one you want.
That's the one you want. There you go. Sweet.
Okay.
All right. We got 2 motors cranking right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the only time we ever go over here is we have less than 2 motors on. All right, so we have less than 2, we have more than 2 motors or whatever. Yeah, so you can go to auto.
Okay.
Perfect. If you were to forget, it's not the end of the world. No one's gonna go. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Perfect. Awesome.
So the APU in one engine still.
Well, because you have APU in one engine, it's actually 2 engines are running.
So
You can actually, you're good. Yeah. So.
Yep. One engine.
One engine.
Yeah.
Go to that override. Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yep. Basically, whenever you're just gonna be on APU, and you'll see us a lot of times. We're taxing in. We'll just go ahead and flip that sucker, even with both engines on, so we don't forget.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you were to forget that on engine run, doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Okay.
This is a dummy airplane. It's made for dummies like me.
All right.
Dummy airplane.
We'll put it on auto the way it is
Sweet.
now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, dude. So you have cranked up. You're good to go, man. That's it. You're
Okay.
golden. That's it. That's all she wrote, man. It's all easy. It's nothing, man.
All right.
You have
I
done.
love how you dumb it down,
Dude,
brother.
I'm a dumb guy. I need to be dumbed down, man.
Oh man, oh man.
Man, oh
All right.
man. All right.